What's the stupidest thing you've tried to do without reading the instructions first? My mom had just bought an extremely expensive coffee machine and was buzzing with excitement. She said she had errands to run, however, and would try to use it later. I decided this was my chance to be the responsible son, so I dragged the box to the counter like I was revealing a trophy. The instruction booklet was thicker than my patience. I'm not much of a reader, so of course, I spent my time efficiently and set the instructions aside. How hard could a simple coffee machine be? I peeled the plastic off the chrome and felt powerful. There were compartments everywhere, and each one looked correct. I filled the top hole with water because it looked thirsty. After that, I filled the back tank too because that one actually said water. I found a small door with a magnet and fed a pod into it. I clicked the portafilter in, even though it did not belong to a pod system, and it squeaked in protest. Sounds secure to me. The milk wand looked fancy, so I pointed it at the sink for later. The drip tray clicked into place, and I felt smarter than I was. I pressed one button, and absolutely nothing happened. I pressed 3 buttons. The machine blinked a light that said prime. I didn't know what to do, so I pressed the biggest button because it was shiny. That's when it started to hum. The kind of hum that says we are almost a team. Then the hum turned into a cough. Then the cough turned into a wheeze. And now, the machine was making the weirdest sounds ever. The countertop vibrated, the pod door burped, and then the steam wand hissed across the sink and sprayed the spice rack. The lights on the machine started running left to right in panic mode. I pressed cancel, but it was too late. The left panel popped open and threw warm water at my shirt. I yelped and tried to shield it with a pot holder. I scrambled for towels while the machine worked through its feelings and finally managed to unplug it. I gave it a few seconds to cool down, then plugged it back in. The machine rebooted with a beep that sounded judgmental. I turned the big dial to cup and hit start again for reasons that make no sense. That is when the side seam opened and launched coffee at the wall. The stream missed by a foot and hit the fruit basket. Now the apples were marinating. The machine made a long whistle and then a thump. The lights all went red at once. That is the exact second the front door opened. Mom walked in with a paper bag and a smile that froze. She took in the soaking dog and the freckled cabinet and my shirt. She didn't yell, but she did reach calmly for the booklet I had tossed aside. She flipped to page 1 and pointed at the very first line. She read it out loud like a bedtime story. Step 1, fill only the back tank with water. The word prime blinked at me in bright letters. I nodded. She unplugged the machine like she was disarming a bomb. She pointed at the towels. I knew what that meant. Mom called a repair service with a voice that sounded tired more than angry. Yes, it is brand new, she said. Yes. It tried to make a latte through the wall. The repair guy came in the afternoon with a toolbox and a smirk. He removed the portafilter with 2 hands and a prayer. After that, he opened the side panel and poured a full cup of water out of a place that was not meant for water. He poked the pump and it coughed up air bubbles and shame. Once he fixed it, he turned the machine on and it purred for him in one try because the universe loves an audience. He printed a receipt for $80 and wished us a good evening. She finally looked at me and shook her head. Kitchen probation? No questions asked, she said. How long? I asked. Until your next birthday. I nodded and stepped back from the counter like it was a museum exhibit.